Dude, fuck off. Fuck off. Leprechaun's luck. The fucking spirit ship's still on. Let's do this. Fuck that dealer. So this is a super raid.
That's one pack, all these shit I've been chasing. I done got visions in my head, like memories.
So we're doing one raid right now. My time is free to play. I've got given VIP for unlimited, so it's not. I lost my account when they gave me everything. They gave me like $10,000 worth of shit, and like I had to regrind every single thing. Look at this. Grazie. That was already worth the raid. Oh, no! I was looking fucking down. Let's go on my fucking bike. Get this star here. I'm pretty sure this will be the last thing here. explore. Find too many dogs. Dude, the Clash of the Spirit, the ancient village thing needs to fucking bounce. I just got done with a raid. I'm alright. I'm gonna be here for like another little bit. My little one will be here in 3:30. I just had to go take the nuggets out of the oven. Yeah, I'm gonna be on for another like 20 minutes, 25. The raid is done. Now I gotta like do airdrops, clear 3rd floor, dirt. What else? Yeah. Okay. Take that with me. And that. Got that stacked. I already did one. wasn't that bad of a raid.
It's so embarrassing.
The issue of body cameras. Her mother has been advocating for that because, of course, those 3 police officers were not wearing body cameras. To your point, in my experience, when I was Attorney General of California, I believe I was the first state to require our agents to wear body cameras and keep them on because it's about transparency.
Cameras off, cameras on. You still get the same number of interactions in cases of police brutality.
Oh, nice.
Which means you were fed a lie. You were fed a myth. I've been wanting to touch on this for a while. We kind of briefly sort of glanced at it, I guess. We just sort of skimmed past it. But then I spent a little more time on this subject. This was a huge point of discussion in 2015, I would say. Now, let me set the stage. Democrats, you know, they're known for flipping on many issues. That's kind of their thing. Well, the latest one that they flipped on, and they were screeching about for a very long time, you guessed it, police body cams.
Mama's on the phone.
Here's the thing, you may not realize there's an active movement, an active push to try and do away with the body cams that they said would solve the problem because of police brutality, namely against black people. It was open season of flip-flop. It's time for then and now.
I need to get that. I gotta wait a week to run these.
Those Armenians can put together some guitar riffs. Yeah. Let's go first to then.
Yeah, you got it. No, you got it.
I did. That's why I did it generally with my thumbs. So, if you guys have forgotten, they were
the Bunker Alpha go like looting that place. You can get nails, all like you can get nails left and right.
Don't let them forget it.
Or if you have a bunch of shovels, you can recycle them and you'll get tons of nails.
Has body cameras to record interactions between officers on patrol and suspects. That will improve transparency and accountability. It will help protect good people on both sides.
That's where I would find them.
And we agreed, actually.
You can find them in different zones too.
Video cameras and so forth. That there are problems and challenges when it comes to how people behave. Policing and our laws are applied in certain communities. The Department of Justice has just announced a grant program for those jurisdictions that want to purchase body cameras.
The issue of body cameras. Her mother has been advocating for that because, of course,
like
those
I'll
3 police
get
officers
so
were not
many
wearing body
from over
cameras. To
there
your
that
point,
I
in my
have like
experience, when I was
almost no
Attorney
room
General
for
of
them.
California, I believe I was the
And then
first
there's,
state to require our agents to wear body cameras and keep them on. Because it's about transparency.
Because of body cameras and other technology.
If you have tons of these, if you have
the horror.
I don't know what your resources are like,
people in the case.
but you can turn out so many nails.
We're seeing things that do not conform to standards and expectations.
Current videos have been crucial when you talk about black people, especially being able to get justice in police brutality cases. I have
What's your inventory like?
In the early 1980s, and
Rodney King wasn't beat up in the early 1980s. What the fuck? That's the 90s, you dipshit.
iPhone video.
Well, there was no iPhone video, so I don't think you mean the fact that there is iPhone video. But okay, fine. The point remains. Here's the thing, and we're just going to go straight to the overlay. The largest study to this date that's been conducted, it concluded, and here's we're saying the same thing. It concluded that there was no
police station boxes
significant
also
effect on decreasing police use of force, meaning body cams. So the left. And we'll get to the now in a little bit. The left is saying, well, see, it's actually it hasn't helped. So you know, that means that it hasn't worked. I would say it hasn't changed the statistics, which means it's worked perfectly. Which means that with the cameras on, again, how do you understand this? Cameras off, cameras on, you still get the same number of interactions and cases of police brutality. Which means you were fed a lie, you were fed a myth, and if you don't believe that, then I would request that you take a look at what the body cameras have shown us. Now remember, you were told that you were going to see peaceful, gentle giants, and police just like, whoosh, you know, that's what you were told you were going to see. Instead, you saw this, which is why now Democrats are pushing you away with it.
Yeah, I'm going to be off in 20 minutes. I'm gonna run my cats right now.
We blurred everything out, but people do get, they assume room temperature, and these because they're so many police officers. It's a long montage.
What else are they doing? Please back up. Back up. Back up.
If there were no body cams, this would have warranted a march.
They tried.
Yeah, they did with body cams.
I didn't know we had time release bullets.
No body cam. White officer shoots black lady.
Elephant gun.
It's like the ghost in the fatness.
She got it. Also, we did taser. She came at me with a knife. What the hell did you expect me to do?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, oh, I remember that.
Yeah, we were banned on YouTube for covering it.
Get down. Why, because of the crotch cut?
So I said, good shoot.
No, you ain't shoot my
Yeah, that dad gave the baby the knife right before that.
Oh, there you go. Thank God for body cam.
Watch out, Slim. Watch out. No, I can't. Hey.
Yo, chill, yo. Don't just hit him with the car, dude. Stop. Stop, wait, you go on. You just stop the car. The car off. Shut the car off. Walk right there, please. What? Hey.
Gentle giant.
It's like my wife trying to parallel park.
Oh.
Oh, you broke the plant, yo.
How much you want to bet Mike Brown footage would have been worse?
Put the knife down. Put the knife down.
You know,
Yeah. So, study says we've seen no change. And you can believe your lying eyes and ears and go, well, maybe it's because this is the kind of behavior that was being encountered for a very long time. But the left says, no, it must be, again, because of white supremacy or patriarchy.
I'll tell you what it did with this body cam. It broke the biggest lie, the biggest myth in the world that black people are afraid of cops.
Yeah, exactly right.
Oh my God! How many? That
Could have fooled me.
my buddy was a cop for 30 seconds. He goes, "That is a bit." And
Yeah.
well, they look frightened, don't
Yeah.
they? Shut the car up. You man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, my
what is it
rights.
driving while black? I got my hands at 10 and 2, officer. Here's my identification.
Yeah.
Oh, no, instead we're trying to run him over, which brings us to now. Those on the left are saying, you know what, guys? We should do away with body cams.
Yeah.
Body cams, whether they're worn by ICE or Border Patrol or your local police, are a popular solution to officer brutality against civilians because they're a convenient way to make it look like accountability is happening without said accountability ever actually being borne out by the data. Body-worn cameras were first introduced to police not as a form of accountability and reform, but instead major tech companies introduced them as a convenient way to expand their surveillance capacity.
Everybody who studies these questions understands that body cameras are not a reform to any form of police violence. There has been overwhelming research.
This dude needs
There's
to
so much
shut his
research
fucking
and
mouth.
overwhelming consensus on this question that even the federal government's own been that body cameras do not reduce police violence.
Well, why is that?
Systematically, is that body cameras lead to a decrease in the perceived culpability, intentionality, and guilt or punishment worthiness of the police officers involved. Basically, the body camera wearer is seen as less agentic because he is not seen.
Well, because he's not seen.
Missing something.
Yeah, he's making funny faces at him.
The officer.
Actually, the only time we see the officer in that video is in the reflection of him in the screen. So what they find is the more that you don't see the officer, the more that people blame the officer less.
Ah, okay. So if you don't see the officer, the body cams don't work. Therefore, her solution, one proposed, was to bag tag and body cam all black people. That seems to be the, yeah, there you go. And by the way, if you are not a premium member, that's the only reason why it's horrifying. $9 a year, we're trying for $9 a month to get us for free, and actually we get 100% more shows. Plus everything ad free. It's your best one-stop shop. Rumble Premium. If not, we're going to continue watching for free, and we'll send you off to it's easier on the eyes than
to videotape their scream like it was Jerry Seinfeld with death blow. If they had released this tape and they're about to watch, so they would have been right. That's what the tape was. As it relates to the narrative or never released they had access to this tape this entire time, and it took someone from the UK to videotape their scream like it was Jerry Seinfeld with death blow. If they'd have released this tape that you're about to watch, there never would have been riots. That's why the tape was never released. And you go back to 2013, 2014, 2015. So, hey, when people say common ground, oh, we found common ground. Oh, that's right. The left wants to change the game, the goalposts. They don't like the result. Notice, by the way, it was a bunch of. Oh, do it again. I can do better.
All right, hold on. There we go.
I don't know if it was better. Oh, okay. They go, oh, no, we don't want to do body cams. I just like, how do you interpret that data as anything other than, yeah, what you guys said we would see, we saw the opposite. And that's why you don't like it. Otherwise, explain your 180. Well, I thought we don't see the cops enough. Like, we're seeing GoldenEye, and we were hoping it was a side scroller. Just shut up. Do you guys ever face accountability for anything? How about the Green New Deal? Oh, now you need data centers? We're going to innovate our way out of climate change? Huh? Who's been saying that forever? Dummies. Oh, you're still here, and you're still watching this on YouTube? You've probably noticed something is missing.
From Anthropic, but then they still used it. They said, we're dropping you for for OpenAI, and then they turned around and still used it for the attacks in Iran. Obviously, it was probably too late to switch over, but it's funny how it's, what are you gonna do about it type stuff. Yeah, it's a conscious choice the way that's what it on the rampage. I can't show the picture because there's a lot of blood on it, but he was wearing the Islamic regime's version of the Iranian flag underneath it.
That's something, I don't know, Rob, if you wanted to address it.
So, Rob Lupreet's Chief of Office, Travis County EMS. EMS, as well as our fellow public safety partners, work very closely with the autonomous vehicle vendors that operate here in the city of Austin. We had more than 20 assets, resources that responded to this event. As was said at an earlier press conference, we were on scene within 57 seconds. And so in the grand scheme of the impact of the overall incident, we don't believe it had any impact on patient outcomes. I will say that we're already in touch with Waymo and the autonomous vehicles to give them our concerns and work with them in order to try to address this moving forward.
Like, did you guys see the Waymo that was blocking them in?
So I think for our purposes, as we're looking at the totality of this, and certainly as a police chief, we're coming in and we're getting this information, and we see those indicators. We see the second shirt with the Iran, the picture of the shawl on that t-shirt as well. We're thinking about events and what's occurring in the country as well. And so, in addition to the fact that this was a huge, complex scene, we're calling in those federal partners to take a look at that as well. And so again, the motives, all of those things, that's what this investigation is about right now. Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Thank you. So, while I don't have it first, I just want to also express
Exactly. You said, look, someone asked about the terror. Deflect. Yeah, they didn't want to talk about it, even though we have our Secretary of War, our Secretary of Defense, our Secretary of War saying, hey, we are concerned about sleeper cells in America. Again, the police chief has to dance around it because in Austin, I imagine they were appointed by a Democrat mayor. I actually can't confirm it, but I imagine it is a Democrat-run city. The idea that they don't want to make that statement. They don't want to start saying, we got to climb up the border. We got to let ICE agents here and start to deport everybody that may be a sleeper agent. They don't want to go down that path. It's kind of sad because they'd rather sacrifice your safety than their narrative.
Concerns about Iranian sleeper cells and kind of what is the Trump administration. Concerns about Iranian sleeper cells and kind of what has the Trump administration been doing to kind of monitor these?
All across the interagency, in full coordination. Of course, we're paying attention to any potentialities there. This is a former regime that seeks to export that ideology, try to sow terror. We're ready for that. We've seen these types of folks before, and the American people can rest assured that we're vigilant on that.
Kind of follow up on that last question. There was just this what appears to be a terrorist attack in Austin yesterday. Does that change the operation at all? What effect does that have?
It doesn't change the operation at all, and I know the authorities are executing exactly the way they should.
Concerns about Iranian sleeper cells.
So they have the concerns. I thought the video also included where they said, you guys have soldiers actually on the ground in Iran. And he's like, why would I tell you that? You are the enemy. I'm not going to tell you what our operational strategy is right now. I like that he's doing a really good job about it, but it's crazy how it's not only just, hey, we're ready for a possible sleeper cell, but there's already an influx or a spike of these incidents. Like you see this over here, what is it? I guess it doesn't tell you what state it is until they go here.
With Homeland Security to avoid deportation, authorities have arrested a so-called chaplain who they say was selling counterfeit badges.
And again, I'm sure the left will freak out. Oh, they arrested him. He's a chaplain. I forgot who the other guy was. He had a Middle Eastern sounding name. They're like, they deported him. He's a children's chaplain. It's like, yeah, he hadn't been that for a long time. And also, he was on behalf of some pretty extreme beliefs. Again, they're just using it as almost a shield from any and all criticism.
With the Department of Homeland Security logo.
Oh my God. Chaplain emergency.
Video
appears on the Instagram page for the Chaplain Training Management Agency, or SEMA. The organization reportedly trains citizens to become chaplains so they can provide religious support during emergencies. SEMA's website claims it's an agency in the United States of America, but federal investigators say that's simply not true. According to authorities, the chaplain organization is illegally using the official seal of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. This Instagram video shows Mario Cesar dos Santos, who's now under arrest and facing...
Is this in English?
Federal prosecutors say dos Santos...
Wait, was he speaking in English?
Security. This Instagram video shows...
Why'd they cut it off so fast? I want to know if he was speaking English or not.
Mario Cesar dos Santos, who's now under arrest and facing deportation. Federal prosecutors say dos Santos held chaplain training seminars like this one throughout Central Florida, predominantly.
That's what we're doing this shit for. We need one more.
After paying $400 to $450 for the chaplain scam on it, investigators say attendees were given these official-looking IDs.
Oh, they gave them legit counterfeit badges. Yeah, this guy's going away for a long time.
D cards with DHS and FEMA logos. Attendees could also purchase gold badges, polo shirts, and bumper stickers with counterfeit seals. This Instagram video shows the merchandise table at an Orlando training seminar.
It's all legit looking.
Allegedly told attendees the merch would give them immunity from immigration enforcement, keep them safe from deportation. A SEMA volunteer reportedly told an undercover investigator her SEMA badge helped her get through an airport security with no issues, and that having her
We're having issues where not only are they making these fake DHS badges, but also our TSA agents don't even know what a real badge looks like. We have issues. What if they, like, this is just a person that didn't want to get deported, but what if this was actually a terror cell getting this badge and they were able to get through airport security? They gotta go to prison.
SEMA shirt inside her suitcase made a difference when airport security scanned her luggage with an X-ray. Investigators say Dos Santos has previously lied about being a Harvard graduate with a medical degree. He's currently being held in federal custody. Dos Santos was in the United States on a visa, according to the feds, but that visa has expired. There's no indication any of his chaplain trainees will face criminal charges. Mike DeForest.
I kind of agree with that. Like, if you got defrauded, it's not really your fault. But then again, if you're an illegal that was just trying to evade deportation, doesn't make you immune from deportation. But this is crazy because all the way over in Van Nuys, which is just a part of the Los Angeles and the Valley area, it said 2 Iranian nationals are arrested in Van Nuys after they executed a search warrant finding a human smuggling hub. So yeah, this, again, not necessarily sleeper cells, but we have a major issue in these sanctuary cities.
Breaking news. Brand new information on an alleged human smuggling hub in Van Nuys.
Air 7 was over the home just a few hours ago, and this was seen near Woodley in Satakoy. Our Mark Conarogas is live in the newsroom with details. Mark.
Yeah, David and Giovanna Customs.
We'll be done in 5 minutes.
Human smuggling thing. Van Nuys, this is where the 405 is. On a previous live stream, I talked about a buddy of mine that got an apartment that he wasn't from the area. I think he was I just know him from LA, but I think he was originally from Washington or possibly Portland, somewhere very liberal up north. Moved off of Van Nuys and wasn't aware of when he went there during the daytime. Checked out the apartment, thought it was okay. It was off Sepulveda, a bad neighborhood, but also found out, hey, at night, is my street just overrun with hookers? Because it looks like there's streetwalkers everywhere. They're not regular people. Like, he thought maybe they were going to a party, but no, they're just hanging out all the time. I'm like, yeah, it's probably part of this human smuggling situation they got over there. Yeah, a lot of suffering, but then again, ICE are the bad guys.
I'm in the newsroom with details, Mark.
Yeah, David and Giovanna Customs and Border Protection providing us new information. Within the past 90 minutes or so, the agency also posted this new video of an arrest. CBP says that they executed a federal search warrant today targeting a human smuggling hub.
Yeah, we're all liberals protesting
threats. 2 people were arrested. 7 other Iranian nationals were taken into custody earlier this week at the same address. Some of those people were on the FBI terror watch list, we've learned. CBP says the smuggling network has tracked people from adversarial regimes, including Iran, posing direct risk to U.S. national security.
So basically, the sleeper cells we're so concerned about were being imported directly to Los Angeles. Seems like a big concern, but I don't think Mayor Karen Besora is saying anything about this.
Now, this all comes less than a week after the U.S. bombed Iran's nuclear sites. There was some concern Iran would look to retaliate.
Yeah, there's major concerns with that right now, and yet it doesn't seem to be on their mind. Now, this one isn't from America, and there's really no evidence of it, but I mean, it's something that could show the escalation of things. He's in Canada. He is a Persian with the Persian flag in his window. They fired rounds into his store. I thought this was an English stop, but you can very, very clearly see all the rounds went through his store. If Canada has sleeper cells, I imagine we have it as well. But the craziest part about this is, leave to the liberal media in North Carolina to say, what was that on? I'll pull it up right now. But the meme of who's most impacted by these attacks.
Among Muslims here in Asheville is that there'll be a resurgence of anti-Muslim sentiment for Muslims who have no connection to Iran. Asheville's Islamic Center has drawn hundreds of Muslims to pray together and fasted 35 years. But one member who spoke on the condition we not use their name said, "We're concerned about potential anti-Muslim sentiment. Muslim, a brown citizen, isn't safe. The time has come where we unfortunately don't feel safe, even more so than after 9/11.
And here's the thing is, there are racists. When COVID was happening, people had anti-Asian sentiments. They called me Chinese. I remember being in LA outside. I was working security at some store, and there was a long line to get in, and you had straight up, just say, Middle Eastern people shouting at me because I was bringing in the Chinese food. I needed to go away or whatever. Like, they were shouting at me, but it was in front of a large line of people trying to get into a store in LA of different races, of allegedly the most liberal city in America, just letting these people berate me and say racist things to my face. Things happen. People are going to do bad things. I don't demand there's a new change in laws to make certain that I don't face racism, because that's just what's in the world. I'm not trying to say it's permissible, but I'm just saying it's reality. Accept it and grow thick skin and just feel like you guys are saying, keep your head on a swivel. It is what it is. I don't need to make the world childproof for my fragile ego. The sad part is, yes, there's going to be issues over there.
Almost got this one.
It's bizarre on, what was it, I think it was Mamdani's, I forgot what position it is, but somebody that's attached to him is trying to hire people to put a positive face on their religion. Yes, it's an issue, but why is this the highlight? Why is this the thing that these news outlets have to highlight when they'll highlight this and ignore the fact that the person that committed the terror attack in Austin had a religious basis to his attack on innocents?
Notice is that when our country gets embroiled in a...
Do we not listen to a dumb blast dude?
One of the innocent victims of hateful things. I've experienced it. It's there. But also, how is the news network saying, hey, we're going to go ahead and ignore when it's very obviously this thing, but then try to make it a bigger issue to highlight who the real victim is, and it's us. I don't like everything about that at all.
Go add our things, and we gotta get offline, guys. Do. One more ATV transmission, and we're good. That's the biggest thing to get in that game, in the game, is those. So, anyways, we will be on. Let me turn my camera on for 2 seconds. I'll be on at 6:30. It's a rainy day out there, literally like the fucking big old raindrops. So the thing is, I've already called this. I'm gonna say it again. We are not gonna have another snowstorm until October. And so when I say this, people should listen, because I'm able to. There's a thing, I don't know what it is that I have to where I can feel something, like I don't know if I'm more in tune with the earth, than most other people, since I don't have distractions. And literally, if you go, oh, well, you're playing a game, it's kind of a distraction, but it's not. This actually brings my brain back to where, you know, back down to earth. So literally, like, if I'm gonna be occupying my time here, which literally, I occupy my time here a little bit, not a whole hell of a lot, but sometimes a little bit. So it's not bad to have a place where you can like kind of forget and like your brain kind of just stop working. This is where I come in, because literally I can make my brain stop working and turn it off like that at any moment. So, which is pretty wild. I haven't actually met anybody else like me, so it'd be really cool too. And I look forward to it, since my little girl's like, yeah, Daddy, you need girlfriend. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. But anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys soon. I will be back on. What else is in my bag? I gotta grab this stuff out of my bike. But my little girl's gonna be here. I gotta get everything all ready. My TV and all that shit. I usually don't have my TV on today. I don't do that. It's kind of an annoyance. And it's power that you don't need to like keep fucking using and paying for. It's literally like why I only have on the aquarium lights in my house. You don't need to have so much shit on to where literally you can't even pay your fucking power bill. Alright? And literally this aquarium, I just added a heater to the tank, so now I don't have to have my heat on to get the air temperature in here a certain temperature, because this now is a nice warm, like you can put your hand against it, it's nice and warm. So it's like 78 degrees in it. So anyways, I'll see you guys at 6:30. We'll laugh. I don't know what the fuck's going on today. I don't know if there's some prelim shit. I just know there's crazy shit going on with fucking dude. Jasmine Crockett should never fucking be allowed to be talking at all. Like, she doesn't need to be anywhere. Like, not on TV, not nowhere. She needs to go fucking find a fucking job at fucking, you know, Shake Shack or some shit. Peace. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe and everything. Alright, guys? Peace.